building the Saturn planet. Go ahead and bring in your border by placing a mark just 2 fingers below the corner. Connect those corners with your ruler. And just like the sun and the moon in part 1 and 2, we'll start to build a circle, except that this time it's going to be a little bit smaller. Find the center with your finger. I think it's about here. And then measure with your pencil from the tip of your pencil to the pinching the pencil right at the border. This is your length on the bottom. It looks like it's too big because it's bigger than the length on the top. So my center needs to move down. And side to side. And building a graph line. Building a graph line here and here. Very light. Notice how light this line is. You want to test your line to see if it's light enough by erasing it. And if it disappears completely, then it's light enough. And to create a light line, we don't want to hold it all the way to the neck. We want to hold it a little bit farther back. There we go. The circle of my planet is going to be the top here and the bottom here. These are about maybe 3 to 4 fingers between the mark and the border. So you really get to see this space here, the negative space outside the shape. How big is my shape going to be? And I know that a circle will be the same distance from the tip of my pencil to my fingers where I pinch the pencil. This length will be the same distance across. And now I can find my circle. Holding my pencil in the middle and hinging at the wrist, keeping your hand resting on the table. You can make a nice sketching, curvy line. Again, if we end up connecting your marks, and it looks more like this shape, we want to bring that line out to a curve. Notice the difference. And now I can erase my shape inside. I'm going to extend this line here, the guideline, extending it just a little bit farther. And I want to plan out the ring that goes around the circle. So I'm going to create little ears just here, like this. This is how you create your ring around the Saturn planet. And they're about a finger width, maybe a little longer for you. What we'll do first is measure out where the ring, how far it extends. And I want to say this ring extends about a finger width in, or a pinky in, from the border on the outside. So this one's a little bit off. There we go. Here and here. And now what I'm going to do is connect the bottom of the ears across the planet, actually kind of bending. See, I was going straight here, but you actually want to bend that line just a little bit so it's not perfectly straight. It's a little bit curved. Already we can see the ring moving around the planet. Now I'm going to build the outer part of that ring. I like to find the same shape on both sides first, mirroring each other. Do they look pretty similar? And then bringing that curvy line, just like I did with the little one, in front. Something like that. Actually, this feels like it should be a little bit more thin because it's moving away from us in space. It's going back behind the planet. Like that. So that's okay that we made a different line here and then we corrected it, creating the ring. And then we can just erase this area. Erase any part of your line and bring it back in. Adjusting your shape is normal. Now I can get rid of this, the guidelines I've created. I can also erase the planet inside of the ring. The colors we're going to use is orange, yellow, and green. So the first thing is to bring a sort of, just like this line here, it's kind of curved. I'm going to bring a curvy line to my planet on the top and bottom. I'm going to lightly color in the shape, like a stripe across the planet. And I want to do it lightly, so if you don't want to press too hard, you can always go over it again a little bit. take my light green and create the top. It's just very subtle, so not too hard. Work from the edges in. And maybe a little bit of orange between the two. I'm going on top of the green and the yellow, stitching them together. And maybe just a really light coat. I'm using the edge of my pencil for the side to make a very, very light coat in that white strip. I can put a few strips in my ring. I can layer yellow through my colors for fun. So layering with your color pencils is has a nice touch. It brings everything together. I can outlining the ring will make it stand out apart from the planet. And then giving it a light glaze of orange. Just have fun. If you want to put more colors in there, go for it. Have fun with that. And you can kind of make up the sky again. What do you want to bring back there? A smaller planet here, maybe it's Venus. You can just do multiple just get creative with the rest of your piece. And maybe on this side, I think I'll bring the earth in the corner here. That would be kind of fun. Just creating land. You can go on and create like Mars. Maybe you can make up a planet that doesn't exist. See, I'll do a little Mars. Maybe over here for fun. They don't have to be in order. I'll do a little bit of orange, and I like swirling because that gives it a little bit of texture to the planet. Something's happening on there. And now building stars. So we've built stars. We'll build one here. Let's see. It's a star as almost like a triangle. Now create an X. Put a little dot here by the flat surface right above it. And then drawing the tips to that dot. And you have a star. Now I can erase inside. And I can plan multiple stars out here. Or you can put more of these pointy stars or make up your own stars. Now I'm going to take black. I think just pure black would be really fun. And I want to go around each of my stars very carefully. Swirling around them, and take your time. I've gone over each star. I want to make some more. I just feel like a background full of stars would be really pretty. Really tiny ones. And if you only want to put a few stars, that's fine too. I can go crazy with these. Let's see. I can pull my pencil out from the edge out. Being careful not to hit my stars. If you go over a few stars, that's okay. Sometimes it's really hard to do. It just takes practice. Notice I'm not pressing very, very hard. You want to be kind to your hand and press lightly. I just went a little bit dark around the stars so they would be very bright. Being careful not to go inside my planet. I like to start from the edge and pull towards the center. We want to remember to color in those ear shapes. The negative space where we can see the black of the universe. And if your pencil is feeling dull, you definitely want to stop and sharpen it, because if we don't, we end up scratching our paper with the wood. And mine's starting to feel short, but there's some there. I think though I need to sharpen my pencil. can always outline your picture with the black. It's kind of nice to see it really well, creating that contrast. I like that I outlined the ring with a different color. And for just a little bit more, we can bring a shadow to the ring, creating a darker, thick line just below the ring onto the planet. Just going to build a little more color to this ring, make it stand out by creating contrast, dark next to light. And you can put your name and your date inside the box.